Good afternoon, D&D, TikTok, and beyond, and welcome to Roll for Sandwich, the series where I let fate decide my lunch. Let's go. Today I'll be using the Adventure Zone Hunger Dice that were sent to me by the McElroy brothers. Thanks, brothers. Let's get started with our roll for bread. 4, onion rye. This bread is like the 1986 film The Fly, except instead of Jeff Goldblum, it's rye bread, and instead of a fly, it's an onion roll. All right, next up, let's roll for Maine. 8, olive loaf. Olive loaf is basically a bologna or mortadella with olives inside of it. If you like bologna and you like olives, you probably like olive loaf. Next up, let's roll for cheese. 5, buffalo wing cheddar. This is a creamy cheddar cheese that includes cayenne pepper, jalapenos, and habaneros. And it's definitely a bit spicier than the name might imply. It's interesting that all 3 of our ingredients so far kind of have an extra bonus vegetable inside them. Let's roll for some roughage. 3 shredded lettuce and 6 cocktail onions. Shredded lettuce is a nice neutral addition to our sandwich. It will do more texture-wise than it will do flavor-wise, and I'm okay with that because we've got a lot of flavors going on already. Cocktail onions are small pearl onions pickled in brine that are used to garnish drinks, most notably the Gibson cocktail. Even once pickled, they retain a bit of their crunchiness and have a tart, vinegary, mild onion flavor. I think these will definitely be interesting with what we've got going on so far. All right, next up, let's hit it with a little wild magic. 2.
2 is feeling like a technique to me, less than not an ingredient.
Something that's going to ruin it no matter what.
Dainty bite. Number 2 is dainty bites.
That's not really anything, is it?
Okay, wait, let me, what if number 2 is you put it in a bag, seal it tight,
Okay.
dip it in the toilet.
Now,
And because here's what's
cool.
this is just the idea.
That's badass.
Because
Okay.
you have eaten a sandwich that's been in the toilet. We took the precautions.
Yeah.
I don't want any
I don't want
toilet
you to
water
get
to
sick.
the top sealed part doesn't even have to go in the water.
No.
That can remain above.
Like a poo vide.
Yeah, it just has to go in the toilet.
It has to go in the toilet.
Okay, I love that. Yeah.
The dice really woke up and chose violence today, huh? Guess we're bagging this one up when we're done making it. All right, and last but not least is the D20 sauce roll. Here we go. 18, Kewpie mayo. Well, a little bit like putting lipstick on a pig at this point, huh? Honestly, taste-wise, I think this will be pretty good, taste-wise. Let's go ahead and get our sandwich closed up here. Get our toothpicks in to hold it together. And let's go ahead and get our sandwich in our bag. Make sure it is nice and sealed up. Remember, always use protection. There we go. Ready for our deep sea voyage. All right, and now that our sandwich has been through its unholy baptism, we can pick back up where we left off. Let's go ahead and get our sandwich cut in half. And let's take a look at that cross-section. Cross-section doesn't look too bad. Honestly, the ingredients on this one are pretty interesting to me. It did stay dry. That's good. Now it's just a question of whether the psychological warfare is going to ruin it. Let's give it a taste. Yeah, you know, this is actually quite tasty. The flavors mesh really well together and it's very interesting. As long as I just don't think about it too hard. Just don't think about where it's been. And that someday very soon, it will return. Yeah, olive loaf and spicy cheese sandwich. Not too bad. There are a lot of levels to the rating of this one. It's kind of hard to pin down. But I think ultimately I'm going to give it a 7. And I'm going to call it the Unholy Diver. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you on Wednesday.